If you guys enjoy what I do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel and it's free and easy to do. Before we get started with today's video, I have an announcement to make. After years of telling other people's stories, I finally released one of my own. My novel Eternal Reign is available now in both ebook and paperback format for those of you who are like me and prefer to collect physical media. You can grab a copy right now on Amazon through the link in the description of this video. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Director Rigel of the SIS is dealing with a major problem that he needs your help with. 4 Republic colonies have been wiped out in the last 4 days, and by wiped out he means every living thing from the people to the animals have been completely obliterated. And it wasn't done by the Empire. The people in those colonies were burned to a crisp by their own droids. The droids had all been reprogrammed to hate their masters by a group of rogue droids called Directive 7, and this group have but a single mission. They want to wipe out every living thing in the galaxy. Directive 7 has been operating for a while, but the SIS was trying to avoid starting a panic by keeping the organization a secret, but things have finally gotten too bad for them to keep it hidden anymore. They're putting together a strike force to wipe them out, and they want you to be a part of it. This isn't exactly something that you can ignore since you have a droid on your ship that could cause real problems if it turned on you. So you head to the fleet to find out exactly what Rigel wants from you. Rigel is on edge for a good reason since this could be a bigger threat than the Empire. Fortunately, not all of the rogue droids agree with the destruction of all life, and one of them has been leaking information to the SIS. Rigel isn't 100% sure his informant is a droid since he hasn't actually seen him, but since Directive 7 only lets droids join for obvious reasons, he's pretty sure it's a droid that's leaking all of their secrets. Rigel's informant let him know that Directive 7 has a weapon in the form of a signal that they can use to force any droid to their side. They plan on sending that signal out across the entire galaxy to turn all droids into mindless anti-organic killing machines. Their tech is so advanced that there's no way to block it, so the only way to stop it will be to destroy it at the source. Their base is on a moon called Zad out in the unknown region, and it's too well guarded for an external attack. That means you'll have to do a ground assault. Rigel has a shuttle that you can use, and a squadron of starfighters who can get you to the surface, but after that you're going to be on your own. Since this is a pretty serious situation, you don't waste any time in heading off to Zad to stop the galaxy from being wiped out by an army of droids. The droids have put a lot of effort into defending their base, but as you go about doing what you do quite well, and that's leaving a pile of wreckage in your wake, you get contacted by C5M3, the droid that's been leaking information to Rigel. He lets you know that once you make it to the main facility's entrance, he'll be able to help you. But until then, you have to keep doing what you're doing, which means fighting through a lot more very large and destructive droids. When you reach the facility, C5M3 is waiting for you in person, where he finally introduces himself. He used to be a surgeon droid, but now he's free to do his own thing. He's seen enough of the bad things that mortals have done to not be a fan of them, but he still doesn't think that wiping you all out is the way to go. He's the only member of Directive 7 that feels that way though. The rest want all of you gone, something they prove by interrupting your conversation and trying to kill you. They are a part of Mentor, the leader of Directive 7, and the fact that they are all directly controlled by their leader explains why C5M3 would rather side with humans. No one who just got their freedom would want to give it up to be a part of a hive mind. Mentor thinks that he could convince C5 to join him if you would stop interfering, so he has his henchmen try to kill you, which they fail at. Pretty much everything inside of the facility has been merged with Mentor's mind, so he could have overrun you with droids at any moment. The only reason that he hadn't was because he didn't see you as a threat. That's going to change, so you're going to have a lot of fighting to do and you don't have a lot of time to do it. Once the facility's generator charges up, Mentor will be able to transmit his liberation signal, and that will be the end. The only way to stop him is to destroy his central processing core, which is in the most heavily guarded area of the place. So while you try to get there without dying, C5 will try to draw away some of his troops and keep you from getting locked out. As you fight your way to the core, you run into some products of Mentor's original plan for organics. He had turned some people into cyborgs so he could reprogram their brains, but that didn't work out so well, so he's going with the more brutal plan B. Mentor's core is huge and very well defended, but you manage to destroy him before he can upload himself into the minds of every droid in the galaxy. Destroying him does a bit more damage than you expected, and you have to escape the place before the entire moon breaks apart. Rigel has the audacity to complain about the way you did his job for him, and despite the fact that C5 helped you all save the galaxy, he wants to keep the droid as a Republic worker to make sure he doesn't end up becoming another Mentor. Enslaving someone who helped you is a good way to turn them against you, and a good way to guarantee that no one helps you in the future. So you force Rigel to let C5 leave and live whatever life he wants, one that hopefully won't lead to this whole process starting over again. This concludes the story of the Directive 7 Flashpoint. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, comment, share it, and subscribe. Grab a copy of my novel on your way out, and I'll see you all next time.